Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it is time for another installment of the Doctor Spell Prognosis, and today we are talking about the second level spell, Blur. I'm giving this a B+. I would give it an A. There's something that holds it back from getting an A. So, and I know some people are going to disagree with me about that, but hear me out. All right. So it is usable by sorcerers, wizards, artificers, circle of the land, desert, druids. Man, that's really specific. The hexblade and the genie warlocks. So it's usable by a whole bunch of different classes, but because it's a second level spell, it is not easy to get with a feat. You can't really get it with a feat. So, it's a concentration spell. It lasts a minute. You cast it on yourself. It's an illusion spell. It's only a verbal, and you look all wavy and blurry. So for 1 minute, any creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. The attacker is immune to the effect if it doesn't rely on sight. So if it's got blind sight or can see through, it's got true sight or can see through illusions. Okay, so here is the biggest sticking point with this. A just straight up wizard using this probably isn't going to have a great armor class and thus won't be able to take the most efficient advantage of this spell. Now notice I said the most efficient advantage of this spell. So if we've got a wizard who's got mage armor, so I've got a wizard, we'll go back to this because I want to talk about this, but we want to go to spell. Typically wizards have mage armor on, so let's look at that. We've already covered that spell as well, but mage armor gives you a 13 plus your dex modifier. Your average run-of-the-mill wizard, I probably would have an okay dex, but not a great dex, so maybe a +1 or +2. So that gives me a 14 or a 15. Then that's an okay armor class, but it'll probably never go up from there. And so, I mean, at very high levels, you know, we're talking about creatures. I mean, let's just look at a red dragon, for instance. Since I was watching the episode of Critical Role where they fight Thordak. Let's look at where's an adult? Adult red dragon. An adult red dragon has a +14 to hit. I need a 1 to miss that wizard who probably has a 15 armor class at the level needed to go up against this dragon. Maybe a little bit more. So disadvantage, not really. I mean, it just ups my chance of getting a 1. That's really all it does. So it isn't great. Now, with that said, there are classes that can trick out their armor class that can cast this spell. So, and that's where it really comes into its advantage. Straight sorcerer, again, same thing. Probably is going to have mage armor, and that's about it. However, artificers, very different. That druid, I don't know very many people who actually take circle of the land desert druid. The hexblade, very different. The genie warlock, maybe. Warlocks can wear armor. I don't know very many people who take straight warlock. They take some levels in warlock and then a bunch of levels in something else. A lot of times it's another class that gives them heavy armor like a paladin. So let's wash over the sorcerer for a second and let's go to the wizard. So the wizard, we're talking about the blade singer. Here it is. When you go in your blade song, you gain a bonus to your AC equal to your intelligence modifier. So you got that mage armor on. Probably got a really good dex because you're going to be using a dex-based weapon. So, you might have a +3 or a +4 to your dex bonus. So all of a sudden, That gives you a 16 or a 17 armor class. And then you add your intelligence modifier, which is probably going to be a +4. So now all of a sudden you got a 20, 21 armor class. And if you got a ring of protection and a cloak of protection or either one on, then it's, 21 or 22. So now all of a sudden you've got a decent armor class, and you're making something roll at disadvantage. So you're getting an efficient use out of that. The artificer, particularly the armor artificer, who gets heavy armor. Well, that is great. I mean, you get heavy armor and a shield, and all of a sudden, we're talking again. We're in the 20s, and you got disadvantage. Your opponents have disadvantage against you, so you've used that to the max. Now, you could be a Hexblade. Straight Hexblades get shields and medium armor. So, I mean, we're talking 16, 17, almost 18 armor classes. And dex bonuses can bring that up to 19 or 20, depending on the armor. And then, you could have a cloak or a ring, and that brings it up a little bit more. And again, you're getting the best use out of this spell Blur. And that's really what it comes down to, is thinking about how if you're going to cast this, you need to get the best use out of it. Because if you're not getting the best use out of it, you might be a little disappointed at higher levels when you cast this, and you might wish that you didn't cast it because it is a concentration spell. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.